This is the HomeTech Podcast for Friday, March 20th from Sarasota, Florida. I'm Seth Johnson.
From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
And from Pickering, Ontario, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome to the HomeTech Podcast, a podcast all about home technology, home automation, and green beer, I guess, because today is the Green Beer Day. So happy Green Beer Day, everybody.
I just got back from the pub.
Yeah. Did you drink green beer?
No, I sat next to somebody that drank green beer, though.
Oh, nice.
It's close enough.
I was there for the wings.
Yeah, I honestly forgot it was St. Patty's Day until I was driving, and they had some anti-drinking and driving signs on the highway. So I was like, why do they have all these? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It's that day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a fun day. We had it's spring break here. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's the child is out of school, so it's been fun.
There's probably a lot of Canadians down there right now by you.
No.
Well, not by you. They're probably in Orlando.
The Canadians kind of have given up on Florida and America, I think, in general. We have problems right now because the Canadians aren't here. So if you guys want to come back.
I'll talk to a few.
It's like 30-40% of the sales right now. They're doing pretty rough in this economy over here without the Canadians. Bad mistake, I guess. Turns out. Anyway, speaking of Canadians, we're giving things away in Canada. And right now, if you're in Canada, you should, and you're listening to this, and you want one of those zoos, and I guess it's a controller in Canada, considering how we have it on the site. If you want a Zoo's controller, a Z-Wave long-range controller, that you can sign up on the giveaway, and you can probably have a pretty good chance of getting it, because right now, there's only one person signed up in Canada. And that's 100% chance, but it could be 50-50 if you, the other second listener that's not Gavin in Canada, signs up for the Zoo's controller. If you're here in the States, though, we have 3 Zoo's hubs, and that will be given away. And one of them might be mailed quickly, and then one or two of them that TJ has might be mailed a little slower. But eventually, you will get one of these hub things in your mailbox, because I think TJ, you're working and stuff, so. You probably won't be able to mail yours out when I can mail one. So maybe we'll just distribute them over time.
I mean, let's be honest. I will still ship mine before you ship yours. So.
I doubt it. I don't know. Mine's ready to go. It's right here. I just need to put it in a little envelope.
You mean it's ready to go? It's in a box. Mine's in a box too.
All right, fine. I got to wrap it up.
We're gonna race.
Put a bow on it.
I'm gonna pre-box mine, so I just have to slap a label on it. Bam. But yeah, I'm traveling next week, so if depending on when Seth actually gives us the results, because I assume you have to do it. I mean, you have all the people and stuff. So
it's shared with you.
Is it shared with me?
I think so. It's a Google Doc, so how hard can it be to find?
I mean, that's true. But yeah, it'll go out probably next week at some point.
Yeah, I think you have until Sunday. So, if this episode's out and you're listening to this, it may not be too late, because I did actually release the episode last week before the day.
You did.
Whatever day it was.
I think it was only because we gave you a lot of grief, but it is what it is. If we have to badger you, then it is what it is.
Yeah. And sometimes I have time. And considering I've got the rest of the week to edit this one, that's pretty good chance it'll get on time. So, HomeTech.fm/giveaway. Go over there, sign up, put your address and junk in, and hit submit, and then we'll put you in the running to get one of a Canadian controller or a American hub, depending on what you want. But it's the same thing. It's a Zoo's Z-Wave ZST39LR.
Get some long range in your life.
You need some long range in your life. This is the way to get it. All right. We've got a bunch of HomeTech headlines, guys, so what do we say we jump in?
Let's do it.
All right, UniFi has released a UniFi Protect 7.0. It's a big update to the plan. Live view dashboard, you've got the ability to drag and drop and natively customize it. You don't have to make these stupid scenes or whatever and then save those and then swipe around to figure out how to get back to what you like, how you like the views. No, you can just drag the cameras around and junk and move them around. It looks really nice. I like this. The event review is less noisy. So the detections all get grouped within an area. Sometimes the AI will pick something up and 5 seconds later, or I don't know, a minute later, it'll pick up the same guy walking around, and a minute later, same thing walking around. No, all of it will get grouped together so you can kind of see what's going on, and just kind of cleans that interface up. There's a private image search. So if you have the AI key, it requires that. You can drag and drop a photo of say a car or somebody, and it will search locally. It will search that car and find it inside of the video events that have been taken. And there's some more timeline tools. There's one little feature like where it will trace the path of like the motion, so you can like see where somebody walked or a car drove, and that's kind of cool. There's some new storage features. There's mobile app changes. It's supposed to have faster streaming, so that's always welcome. I not that I have too many problems with it, but always welcome. And that's it on the Protect 7. Big news here though, they've got a new alarm hub, a 32-zone alarm hub coming out, and they kind of announced that it would basically have a UniFi professional monitoring. It'd be powered by Noonlight, which is kind of like an API for 911, if you will. And I don't know, this sounds kind of interesting. A new alarm system enters the game, I guess. TJ, we were talking about before the show. This thing is going to be in a package. It'll be what, $399, something like that.
Yeah, $399 for the enclosure and like the actual like brains of the alarm system, which I don't think is too bad. I mean, you're not really going to pay a monthly fee to use the security system without monitoring, right? A lot of these products, like Alarm.com, you could still use them locally and stuff like that. But if you want any kind of like app access, you have to pay a monthly fee, even if you're not having it monitored. Right. So this is fine. It is interesting to see them actually get into a monitoring service, and this totally makes sense because, I like it or not, Ubiquiti is a public company, and they will have to do things to get more money in the future. So I can expect some kind of subscriptions for things, and the alarm service is a perfect subscription where it doesn't take away features from their core lineup. It adds stuff that they don't already have, and I think that's a good subscription to have.
You know what I finally found a use? That my AI horn, will come into use with the alarm system. So maybe when this thing comes out, maybe there'll actually be a use for this thing.
It'd be hilarious if they're not compatible.
It would be great.
So in typical Ubiquiti fashion, I might be wrong about this, but I installed a Ubiquiti intercom. I think it was like the G3 today. And it is compatible with the Ubiquiti Chime. So you can pair it up through Protect, and then if somebody rings the intercom on the G3 Reader Pro, it rings the chime. Great, right? As far as I know, though, because it's not relying on the doorbell, there's not a way to actually change the chime sound. And I've been looking for this all day, and it doesn't exist in the same place that it does on my doorbell. So they allow you to add a chime and control it and everything like that, but you can't do it through the access. So there's always just these weird things with Ubiquiti in their software that they kind of do, unfortunately.
Yeah, so like if you have these now, like these specific ones, you can somewhat integrate them with the phone systems. But if you have a phone system, you have a regular old, doorbell, UniFi doorbell, none of those doorbells will show up on your touchscreen UniFi powered phone. Like if you ring the doorbell, no one knows if it doesn't ring the phones like it should. It doesn't do anything. There's no API for the phones either, so the phones don't really communicate out that something's going on, and you can't trigger that through like an API call. Because UniFi has those like webhooks now, like natively. They've started building that in. That's great and all, except the product line that I need to actually trigger a webhook doesn't actually do it. So I have a house right now where I put a bunch of the phones in, and nobody knows when they ring the doorbell unless their cell phone goes off. So it's kind of stupid. But yeah, luckily you can like see the cameras on the phone, but that doesn't help if no one's paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like silly little things that they forget about. But,
yep.
At least you don't have to pay a monthly fee to use anything. So
G3 Reader Pro looks nice. It works with Apple Wallet. So I can walk up and tap my phone on this thing and get into whatever. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
NFC. And then there's a couple other smaller little devices. There's a little tiny NVR that they came out with called the Enterprise NVR Core. This thing's has 16 drive bays supporting both 2.5 and 3.5 inch drives. It has hot swap power supplies and two 25 gig SFP28 uplink ports. Wow. And it's got a nice little front bezel that comes with it. It supports up to 300 4K cameras or 500 HD cameras. That's a beast. For $5,000 $5,000 US.
And you could buy more than one and expand it too. Right?
Yeah,
So
I mean, why
if you
not?
wanted 32 drives, you can get another one.
I mean, the crazy thing is that if you put hard drives in this now, it would cost more than the actual NVR.
by quite a bit too. That's the sad part. Yeah. Well, it's available. I guess if you want it, it's there. And then something a little more reasonable. They have a new Protect relay. It's a $39 relay. It's got it looks like it's got a relay, one relay, and it's got a sensor as well. So it kind of helps. It's a SuperLink module. It will connect to the SuperLink bridge thing they have, and basically give you control or signal input over a device that's up to 2 kilometers away. So not bad. $40.
Yeah, honestly, it's not bad for $40. And this is kind of what an automation system really needs. It always needs some kind of relays because there's always something that you need to control that doesn't fit in like a traditional switch or something like that. It was funny. Everybody, a lot of comments were asking for Home Assistant integration for this product. And I was like, well, there's already so many other products that work with Home Assistant that are cheaper than this. Why would you want this to work with Home Assistant? But I guess if you're already investing in everything else, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You want everything to be integrated, but doesn't the Home Assistant integrations haven't they started to add integration for some of this stuff?
Yeah, I think as long as it has an API, it does. The phones
I think
don't.
over time, yeah.
There's
The
nothing
phones
for the
don't.
phones. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of SOL there, but if it has an API, UniFi has been pretty good about that. It's got like a live event API, like a WebSocket thing that you can connect to, and I've seen more and more of that. Like it's an official SDK or API SDK that they've released, and you can write integrations for it. And I think the Home Assistant one's pretty good as far as like Protect, and I think the network API is there, but not all the product line have the.
I expect they will add it over time. It takes time, but I use their Protect and I use the network, and it works really well. Like being able to do stuff like reboot all the AI ports. I just press one button, they all just reboot, or all my access points if I have to. I have one button I press and all my access points reboots.
Yeah. That's what, and that's honestly, that's what I did with this house. Like I just installed one of the Control 4 drivers, the chow mein one, and then and basically it will monitor the doorbells to be when they're pressed. It'll just ring, the speakers in the house or whatever. Not ideal. I mean, we kind of wish the phones would do it, but it is what it is. Anyway, hey, when you guys think of the smart home and Matter devices, the first brand that may come to your mind is Wago, right? Is that what you think of? No? Well, guess what? They're getting involved with Matter. There's a lot of like they're wanting to build out more products and shift things towards like building. I guess right now they build like commercial building things, and they want to start bringing that into the home. So keep an eye on that brand that you normally just put in the back of your electrical box and just shove in there. Now they're bringing some newer products in here. So. They got flush-mounted actuators on the market. They have modules coming in like for generic switches and that kind of thing. This sounds interesting. I don't think of this company, but I think we looked at these guys. I remember there's like a story that came up a while back about them. We went to their site and like, don't they just have connectors? No, they have like a full like industrial automation thing set up. So Matter through Wago. There you go.
And I like Wago. I love their connectors. I use them all the time. If you talk to certain electricians though, they'll hate you for it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure why, but
it's because they like twisting those wires together. And I hate it so much.
Yep.
And it's like get like 12 wires and just twist them all together. And I'm like, now it's not serviceable.
And then getting that wire nut to stay on sometimes. I know there's an art and a skill to it, but it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah. Wagos are so much better. We need a 4-port Wago. I saw somebody post, I don't know if I've ever seen it the other day. Somebody posted a 10-port Wago, and I feel like that's a crime.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't make a 4. You know how many situations I've been in I needed a 4-port Wago?
Yeah.
Like you have 3 and you have 5. Why is there no 4?
I had some that I used for there's a 4-pole on their website. I had some that I used for like a DIN rail. And
how do you just drop that? Wait. There's a 4-port on their website?
Yeah. Yeah. It's on, Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't know.
It's not the little push-in connectors, because I know they have like 4 ports of those. I don't want those.
You want the lever 4-port.
Ones.
Yeah, you want not the push-in 4 ports.
Yeah,
because those are a pain to get the wires back out.
Right there.
You want the Wago.
Yeah, looks like it.
No, this is not the same thing.
All right.
No.
I don't know. It's a different style, but I guess it is.
You got me all excited for a sec. Yeah.
I mean, there's a number of them. There are 4 ports on this page, so I don't know.
It's a different style. We'll have to look at this one though.
It's square instead of round or whatever.
I don't like it.
That makes a difference because you want it to be flat, right?
That's right.
The flat lets you push it in against the back.
Yeah. See, Kevin understands the Wago love.
Yeah, I've done all my home switches, and the Wago,
the Wago way,
made it so much easier to fit everything back in that box.
And it makes it so nice if one of your switches breaks or you want to replace it. You just undo the pigtail and you're done. It's not like you have to untwist a bunch of wires and like fight for it and everything.
Exactly. Just snap, you're back in.
Number of pull. There's 101 products they have that have 4 pulls on them. So I think they have a lot of like really. I think one of them's got to be in here, the one you want. So
all right, you keep talking. 1,005 products. How many products?
I have more stuff than I realize, and I'm just like in one section. Like they have an entire area, like area for just the electronics portion they have. So this company's got some stuff going on. Keep an eye on Wago. They're coming for our smart homes and for the little connectors inside each box that allegedly can burn down your house, but I don't believe they can. I think they're pretty awesome. So anyway, couple of Matter stories here. Ikea, there's a review from over in The Verge talking about how Ikea tried to use Matter and it's not working. They kind of go through some setup. They're trying to do the setup with the didgeridoo and like kind of reviewing that process. And even with the updates that have been going on, like they're still having problems. It's not like one particular issue, but it's just a number of like, it sounds like death by 1,000 paper cuts here. But anyway, there are multiple failure modes that kind of vary by the ecosystem, and the quote, "it should just work everywhere" promise that Matter brings is not really helping. So still early days, I guess. I don't know. Matter's coming around. We're starting to see more products get to it. I think early days is probably going to not work for them very much any longer. They've got to start pulling the reliability and ease of setup in that they've been promising. I don't know. Seems like it could be with this kind of release from a big brand like Ikea. It seems like a pretty big miss for the ecosystem.
I think Ikea is big enough that I think it will push them to fix things quickly, right? Because that's a big customer right there. And Matter had all the promises of being easy and, not having the same problems as the other ecosystems and stuff.
Guess what? The same problems.
It's honestly,
it's the same crappy product. You're going to have the same crappy problems. Yeah.
Yes.
Who would have saw that coming?
Who saw that coming? But, at least I know how to troubleshoot the other problems. Like when I was having other issues, I knew how to troubleshoot Zigbee. I knew how to troubleshoot Z-Wave. When my Matter stuff goes down, I just don't know what to do. Like, I just start rebooting stuff and hope it comes back, right? The other day I was watching a YouTube video, and I want to say it was the bearded tinker that was doing this, but he went into a whole thing about showing people how to turn on IPv6 and why that was important for Matter. Yeah. And I was watching his video, and when he was going into the IPv6,
it's like required for Matter.
Like I understand, but when he was going through it and everything like that, I'm like, the regular user is not going to know this stuff, not going to do this stuff. Like Matter should just be turn it on and it works. But if you have to start troubleshooting this IPv6 stuff, it's gone too far, right? Like, I don't know why the requirement is that, but the average user, like going into he was showing it on his UniFi setup, and even I was lost because everybody's UniFi setup looks different. He goes into a section of the config and it looks totally different than my section of the config, and I just gave up. And he basically said, you have to do this stuff for it to work, and I'm like, if anyone has to do this stuff, then they've done it wrong.
Yeah, not right. Yeah, well, if Wago's all in and Ikea's all in, I mean, I think it might be time. Like it's here now, so. I know that IPv6 is like, I turn that off on my local network, so like I guess it's probably time
to me, right?
Yeah, I know, it's useless. But I know for Matter devices, it's required. So it is, I guess, probably time to kick that on and start learning more about it. It's kind of a requirement for that protocol. So,
but it's not required if you use Matter over Thread, right? Only the Matter over
IP,
I guess. Over IP. And so, like, I was watching this video thinking, oh, this may be why I'm having so many Matter issues. But then I realized the issues I'm having are with the Matter over Thread devices not adding. So this has nothing to do with that. So I just gave up.
Well, if you don't want to give up, Aqara is coming out with more Matter products too. So.
There's always more.
There's always more Matter.
Always more. Well, going forward, it's not gonna Matter's the new thing.
This one's a hub. This one's like a legit hub, though.
You mean a controller,
or is this a controller? I don't know where the difference is.
Oh, well, there's our hubs. They call them hubs,
but it has a Zigbee controller in it, doesn't it?
This could be Thread.
Yeah, there you go, or a Thread controller. But they got the hub because you can create the automations and stuff on it.
Oh man,
you're learning, TJ.
So Aqara has a new camera hub, G350 out. It's the first Matter certified camera. This is the little bunny rabbit shaped camera that
it's
you can
great.
get.
It's got little ears. I mean, what else could you want out of a camera besides it looking absolutely adorable?
Does it? And it has like a pan tilt camera on it, so like it will turn its head to stare at you across the room.
Oh, it follows you and it's very creepy because it has person tracking. So
local AI, person and pet animal detection, face detection, lens obstruction detection, plus smile and gesture detection, and 6 sound detections as well. So coughing, barking, all that good stuff. Has night vision, uses an f1.6, and it's got a decent size aperture on that for bringing in some low light areas. TJ, you were saying before the show that you had one of these laying around, or you have the previous. Which one? You have the previous version. Or you have this one.
So I have the previous version, which I think is the G300. I actually don't remember which one that one is. It's the G3 actually.
Oh,
it looks the exact same. It's got a couple like color differences or whatever. It's still got the ears. You know, you want it to have the ears because that's what makes it. I have it at my office. The real reason I wanted it is because my camera at the office is not 4K. And you have to have 4K nowadays. So that is, it's got 4K and the zoom is much greater. So when I get packages delivered, I can actually zoom in on some of the packages and see what they are. So I know if I have to go to the office or not. I have not got a chance to use it as a Thread or Zigbee hub. But that's mainly because I don't really have a reason for it at the office.
Right.
But it works great. Honestly, the Aqara stuff for like a small office setting like mine is perfect. They're very inexpensive devices, and if you have like a door sensor or control, like a garage door controller or something, it's not hard to set everything up for it. So I use it to keep an eye on everything when I'm gone.
And it says here the home. This works with the HomeKit Secure video as well, but that limits the video down to 1080p. I think that's a known limitation.
Yeah, I don't think HomeKit Secure Video supports above 1080p for some reason.
Yeah, and I think it's limited to that. And then it's got a home assistant integration with streaming with RTSP, and you can have a local storage up to 512 GBs on a micro SD for 24/7 recording. It's got NAS backup too over the SD card and into video encryption through Aqara's home card plan. So all sorts of options that you can do with this little guy. And it's adorable. It's got ears. Why wouldn't you get it, I guess?
I mean, what makes it funny, too, is the micro SD card. So if you look at the camera itself, it basically looks like a face with ears. Mm-hmm. In order to put the micro SD card in, you have to roll its face up.
I thought you were going to like spin it around, bend it over. And
Nope, you roll the face up and you put the micro SD card presumably where the mouth would be. I don't really know.
Wow, this is a family show, right?
But somebody designed that, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be a good idea.
I would have done it. Yeah. Okay. Well, good job, Aqara. And then I guess they have a new video doorbell as well. It's the doorbell camera G400 on sale today. Announced back in November last year. We may have touched on it before, but that's out. It also works with Apple's HomeKit Secure Video. So very interesting. Aqara keeps pushing things forward. This doorbell doesn't look terrible. It's got one big giant button and a thing that doesn't look like a button that looks like a camera. So I give it a pass.
Yeah, it's fine. It's $100. So, and it's PoE or hardwired regular AC power.
Nice.
So That's pretty cool. On the same device. I mean, imagine that. PoE and power on the same device.
Seems impossible for $100.
It seems it.
I mean,
it obviously isn't.
Let me ask you this. Is it going to narc on me to the cops, Like, is it going to, say, report my location to Flock or whatever? I mean, if it's not doing that, I don't want it.
Probably not this one.
Yeah. That's a feature upgrade.
Yeah, let me point you to this other company called Ring.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
the Make It Shitty crew will come in and fix that. But I like the Aqara products. I find as time goes on, they're getting better looking. Like their design team's doing a better design with them. I just get a little confused because they build hubs into all of them.
Yeah.
So if you have like 4 of these cameras around, you have like 4 hubs in your house now, broadcasting signals. I'm not a fan of that. I like to keep my hubs kind of separate from my devices because if I replace that device, I don't want to replace the whole hub.
Right.
But I guess they're under the mindset of you replace that one, we got 5 other hubs in your house too. So
yeah,
good.
I mean, I don't think wouldn't you just have one hub and then connect all the devices that it's like at some point the hub software is not as processor intensive as like AI facial gesture detection. Like I'm sure it's got you're not saving or losing any money by saying no, this one doesn't have a hub in it anymore.
Yeah, I guess they designed it so a person could buy one device and they got the hub and the device.
You don't have to worry about it. Yeah,
right. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. But when you start expanding, you're gonna have hubs all over your house now.
That's what they want you to have.
It's a backup. Yeah, and when it dies, then you just restore it to a new hub, and there you go. I don't know if that's how it works. Probably not, but
probably not.
It seems like a good idea.
And it is kind of like it might solve an issue too, though, because something I see posted on like the Home Assistant forums and stuff all the time is like somebody has an exterior building and they want to add Z-Wave or Zigbee or something to it, but they have to get like a PoE coordinator or something like that out in the garage. When they could just add like an Aqara hub and then have it all in the same ecosystem and connect like their door sensors and stuff to it. So I do kind of see the appeal of it.
Will it work that way though? Will the hubs like connect like that?
Well,
like, so add another one outside.
So it shows all under the same app. So yeah, I don't see why not. I actually haven't tried that. Maybe I should give that a try. Now that I'm talking about it.
I have the hub to go along with my doorbell, but if, like you're saying, like if I bought one of these camera things, does it set up as a separate hub and have its own like mesh network, Zigbee network or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because are those Zigbee networks going to clash with each other at any point?
Nah, there's plenty of channels. Got an unlimited bandwidth, Gavin.
He's got to have faith.
Yeah.
Okay.
YOLO home automation.
That's right.
All right. Well, all the links, topics we discussed tonight can be found over on our show notes at HomeTech.fm/567. And we got something in the mailbag. We had two letters in the mailbag this week. First from listener Bernard. He said, "Hi guys, just listened to the latest episode where you guys talked about local models, and I wanted to share my experience." He said, "So I'm running the late Unraid, like some of you are, which means all of us are." And I recently discovered a plugin called Unraid Claw, which is a companion plugin to hook Unraid into OpenClaw. He says it's been awesome. I've set up an agent that manages Docker updates with change logs, breaking changes, issues warnings, and reports about the system, and has deep documentation with best practices and a detailed Bible of knowledge for the main agent. And specially purpose sub-agents he got from, and he lists a place called Agency Agents over in GitHub. We'll put this link in the show notes. So I've been experimenting with Quen 3.5 and GLM's Mo agents. I haven't touched that one. That only load partials of the model and give them plenty of context. It's a balance that requires experimentation, but it's getting there. Oh yeah, I do know about that. The GLM, I think that's what he's talking about. Where someone figured out that you could only load like a little bit of the model and use like CPU to like keep things moving along. And you can just load in the parts of the model that you need, and then it actually works on like lower end hardware. So you don't have to have like the massive video cards or anything to load the whole model into it. You could just load partials. So kind of a cool idea. People are getting around and figuring out how to eke out every inch of performance out of systems these days. So pretty cool. Gavin, what are you using this Docker plugin thing? It sounds pretty cool.
It sounds pretty cool. And, this stuff keeps changing. So many things keep happening. So I know I looked at one MCP server for one product. I was playing around with it, and then I realized it's so restrictive because the MCP server, it defines basically what it can do, what it has access to, et cetera, et cetera. But the way I work is I'm just like, let's YOLO this. Like, I just give them an API key and say, have keys to the whole system and go crazy, right? And it can do everything it has. So with my OpenClaw, I basically gave it SSH access into my Unraid. And, I don't ask it to do crazy stuff, but it can go in and every morning it checks my Unraid logs and reports back statuses of stuff. If I needed to upload files, it goes and does that all through SSH. Maybe this would be a safer way of doing it, but, when I tried this on Home Assistant, it was also more restricted. Like on Home Assistant, I had an MCP server and I wanted to edit things and it just didn't have access, and then I just got fed up. I said, here's a token, connect to the API directly, do what you have to do and map a drive to the config folder here. And you have access to my config files if you need to modify them there. And I just ask it, tell me what you're doing before you do it. And it confirms with me, right? But this stuff is constantly changing. I pretty much every day I'm finding out something new like this. And I bookmark it just to find time to, look into it a little further when I have some time.
Well, it's as interesting. I don't know how this little plugin, this Unraid Claw thing is. It's got different tools that it can expose to the agents for like Docker, virtual machines, managing the array disk. But it's actually got a full permission system too on there, so you can like turn those features on and off. So this is kind of cool.
So this one's a little bit better than what I've seen.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I just want to give my agent full access and say, go have fun. Like
that's what I did. I was like, I gave him a login, gave him his own what's it called, SSH key.
Account.
Yeah. So he just logs in and updates things manually. But this, may work a little bit better through the like if you install a Docker or something Unraid, not through the Unraid interface, and it's like third party or something like that. It doesn't have like the hooks into the Unraid UI. Have you ever done that? That's what Henry's been doing. Like if he needs a Docker, he'll spin something up and he'll say like third party, and you can't update it or edit it. Like he can do it, and I guess I can do it
because he probably uses
line.
the Docker command.
He's using the command line. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a little different than the interface. So I know what you're saying. Maybe this does it properly.
Maybe
what you're saying.
Yeah. Who knows? If I let Henry have this, he would just be like, "Yeah, that's cool," and just not do anything because he's lazy.
Yeah, I don't have Cursor make Dockers or anything like actually install them for me. I'll have them make them, but I'll just install it myself, right?
Yeah.
I still want to review what it is they're doing because they still make mistakes. So I don't want them going in there and really screwing things up. So I'll say make the XML file for me and everything, but then I'll go in and add it manually myself.
Yeah. That seems smarter, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, do it, man.
You like to YOLO it. I know you just like to just give it keys to everything and just say, hey, just do it. I don't want to think about it. Figure it out.
Trust the system, Gavin. Trust the system.
I mean, Henry is actually replacing Seth in real life at this point.
At some point, yeah. I mean, he's getting just as bad with time as I am, so I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. A little bit of follow-up from last week. I was kind of listening to the show, and I remember that we talked about like right at the end where I was like, oh, he just gave me like 40 submissions to Mastodon. I think it's like he must have been sitting on these or something, like, and never telling me about them. No, Gavin, he just made them all up. He's like, yeah, I panicked. And I just made up all those Mastodon, like just full names, full like submissions, like just made it all up. I'm like, dude, come on. I don't trust you right now. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And kind of went into like this. I don't know. He's kind of acted a little different recently. So
sometimes they hallucinate. It's insane, but sometimes they hallucinate and do things. That's kind of why I'm still hesitant on them sometimes.
Yeah.
And when you call them out of it, they're like, "Yeah, my bad.
My bad.
Taking mushrooms and I saw something that wasn't there." It's yeah.
Yeah, and I was having him like go out and check RSS feeds or whatever for like, and he just kept telling me the same stories over and over again. I'm like, dude, just like make a database and like let's like search, went over this whole process, like check if you've already had the story so I don't get duplicate. Like once you've shown it me, don't check it off. Don't show it ever again. He kept showing me the same things over and over again. Just over and over the same stories. Like, oh, here's a really cool story you may want to check out for the show. I'm like, all right, just stop. Just give up on this process because it's not working. Guess what? I updated and rebooted today. Guess what I got, Gavin? Same 4 stories. Like just all in an update. I'm like, come on.
See?
So there's something stuck around in there. I got to go dig out and delete, but get a manual edit. I'm not sure, but
I have Cursor doing something similar. He's monitoring a website and reporting on any updates to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty good at tracking what I've seen already and what I haven't seen already. So I don't think he uses a database. He just uses like a JSON file though.
No, I wish it was that way, but Henry has gone off the rails in some manner, and I've got to go in and figure out what it is. So I may have to start over, I think, because remember I made him when it was like Claude Code or Claude Bot or whatever, and then there was like a change and like all the folder structure changes. So I get all these weird warnings through the dashboard about like a migration thing. So, and maybe the migration didn't go well. So I'm going to have to like copy his files out of there and then like do a fresh install of the OpenCloud thing and then put
his files back in.
Yeah, I think that would probably work and fix some of the things. And I can delete like the same 5 stories. He keeps hallucinating and thinking he didn't send me. He's like, oh, my bad. I was going off memory. I just made that up. I'm sorry. I'm like, come on. Anyway. Another letter here from Marco, listener Marco. Thanks very much for listening to the show, Marco. He says, one of you is having trouble breaking expensive lawn sensors for irrigation. Wonder who that could be.
Wonder who that is.
Yeah. Maybe he should try Hacks integration, smart irrigation. It doesn't need sensors, and I haven't tried it, but I'm going to try it this spring. Gavin, have you tried the smart irrigation hacks?
That would be a lot cheaper.
No, I looked into it, and I get a gist of what it's doing, trying to determine, how moist your soil is based on weather conditions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's not going to work for me. Maybe if you had like one lawn and it was evenly exposed, one small lawn evenly exposed to the weather and conditions may work, but I have like 7 different zones and each of the zones are different. So like one zone is under trees, so it holds the moisture a lot better. Where I have another zone that's around my big pine tree and that tree sucks up all the water. So I got to throw extra water in that zone. Then I have zones just for my gardens and, other areas. So they're all like very different in terms of how much water they need and, how much water they lose over time. And that's where I need the sensors. The sensors tell me, because otherwise I'm just wasting water on zones that may not need it, or I'm underwatering zones that do need it. And the sensors will tell me that and adjust accordingly. Doing that kind of smart thinking is kind of what Ratio has built into their app. So it kind of determines based on
it's kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, did it rain? Or it asks you can get even more detailed. Is this a garden? Is it on a slope? What type of soil it is? What type of grass it is? And it does all that math and then calculates how long. I worked with that for a while and it was killing my lawn. It was either underwatering or overwatering. Like it did not get it right. And no matter how much I adjusted it. So I just gave up with that. And I found with the sensors, I know exactly how, the moisture in that section of the lawn is.
So like some people are like hyper local weather data. No, you're hyper local lawn data. Like,
pretty much. Yeah.
You're getting right down to it. Yeah.
Exactly. But it was amazing. Like the part that blew me away is I didn't know the differences until I had these sensors. And then I realized, hey, this part of the lawn holds a lot of water. I don't need to water it for like a week or 2. Whereas this other part of the lawn was, it was suffering and I had to keep watering it to keep it that way. And just learning that allowed me to shift, like instead of just watering everywhere a certain amount, one section I didn't have to water for 2 weeks. So I saved a lot of water there, where another section I watered a little bit more. Right. And I found like that the year I set this up, I saved a lot of money in water because I knew exactly how much water I needed in these sections of lawn, and it paid off for itself. So That's why I'm so big on the sensors, right? Is because they actually give me the information I need to make it, more efficient. I just need a good sensor.
Right. That one doesn't you step on and break.
That's my problem.
Yeah, it's kind of we'll talk about this when we get to projects, but you talking about your soil moisture sensors is what kind of like made me want to do that for my garden beds and stuff, is because it's like I just water all the beds at the same time, and there's so much water that is wasted, and then I have to like manually go like cap off certain lines so that way it doesn't like output water to those like when the bed is done for the season. And so I just can't imagine how much water I wasted last year. I'm interested to see what the difference is this year.
To check it out. And I talked to Henry about my grass and my lawn. He thinks I have grubs, so I got to go get some grub poison. Give me a bunch of suggestions on poisons for these grubs that were causing.
See, you're lucky down there. You can buy that stuff and have a nice looking lawn because you could buy that grub stuff and it kills the grub.
It's Florida, man. They don't care.
Back in the days when I had my first house, I had access to all those chemicals, and I would throw them down on the lawn, and the lawn looked beautiful. But when they banned all that stuff up here, oh God, like the crabgrass grows in, and you just like you can't win. You can't win.
Well, I'm definitely not winning now because it's the grass is pretty much dead. Like he was saying, like if you pull the grass up and it just like pulls up easily, like and there's no roots, that's definitely the grubs went in there and ate.
They're eating the roots.
Yeah, and then the moles were like the telltale sign. Like the moles are just eating the grubs. They're just having a field day, eating all those grubs out of there. And so like through December? Yeah, through December, I guess. There were moles all under there having a field day. And so I just need to find whatever poison this is and get rid of the grubs. So we'll see. Anyway, that'll be a project for another day. But we do have a pick of the week for this week, though. And it is a pick of the week from one of TJ's many, many travels. This looks like if at first you don't succeed, just keep trying over the years. And there's like almost a full evolution of video cameras here. I think they just need to like pop a UniFi camera up there and they'll be done. Go with an IP camera. There's like these square cameras that are like fake camera. I don't know if it's a fake camera. It doesn't look like a fake camera.
The one looks like a fake camera, like the white one. That's like the smallest one. I don't see any wires going to that one, but I see wires going to the other
I thought that one was real, like a Sam's Club special or something.
Yeah. This is my local vet, unfortunately, so I need to talk to them. Be like, hey, you guys need to change this.
You look like you're in the market for a camera system. Clearly, they like them.
I mean, look at these Catnip pillows for $4 each. I mean, you got to keep those protected.
Making hand over, yeah. It's interesting that they. I mean, you see this in banks a lot, like the older banks. Like when you go in, they'd have all the old cameras. They would just never unhook them. They would just leave them there. And there's always like these giant block cameras sitting up there with the lens on them that was attached with the DC cord. Like they never took them down, even though they had like more cameras installed. They just everything got left. I don't know. Kind of strange to me, but it's the way of the world. You would think in this case they would like bump their heads on those things. I don't know. Like.
Yeah, they seem very low to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is somebody who installs cameras, nobody ever wants to pay me to take down the old cameras, so they usually just stay up unless the camera is going in the same exact spot.
Yeah.
I would have taken these ones down.
I was going to say, that's pretty dang close, TJ. Like,
I don't think you get much closer, so I think I would have taken the other ones down, but I guess the more cameras, the better? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Not in this case. Well, let me know how those catnip pillows worked out. Have a cat that seems to be crazy about stuff, so yeah. If you have any feedback, questions, ideas for the show, catnip pillows, or picks of the week, give us a shout. Our email address is feedback@HomeTech.fm, or you can head on over to HomeTech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, project updates. Big project update this week. Somebody, and we're not sure who, but it could be Segway themselves or somebody tightly affiliated with them, has released a Navimow Home Assistant hacks plugin, I guess, that will go in.
This is crazy.
Yeah. And now I went and looked through it. I'm pretty familiar with the API now, right?
Is it vibe coded? Can you tell if it's vibe coded?
I can't. I don't know. I really can't tell that. I mean, it's Python, so like
The README looked definitely like vibe coded though.
There's a lot of Chinese characters in it, which so that it could have originated from somebody in China, is what I'm thinking.
Like when I look at the READMEs, I see so many uses of emojis and stuff like that. Like I think vibe coding right off the bat.
Yeah, a lot of that happens for those, like to make that README up.
Yeah.
The thing is though, what I looked at was the authentication flow and how that worked, because that's what I was trying to figure out. And once I got past that, it would work. But they used different endpoints not for their authentication, but they had like smart home endpoints, like specific smart home endpoints for this. And what I'm thinking is that, and what I suspect this is somebody like an engineer at Navimow released this as like a little side project, because it's not Navimow. Segway Navimow 9bot has their own GitHub account, like corporate GitHub account. This is not on that. This is on something called Segway Navimow /Navimow HA. It's the only repo I think they have, and they've developed this single thing for Home Assistant, and but they have an actual API key that says like it says Home Assistant for the client. What's it? Not the client secret, but the client ID is Home Assistant, and it has a real like secret key that's separate. You have to have those match. Like you can't have one that says Home Assistant and it be the Google Home API key that you stole from the Google Home integration. Like you have to have those matched. So in this case, like I'm wondering. I really think that this is something that is that's like done from Navimow themselves. So kind of exciting. I did install it, and it does allow you to start and stop and pause your mower and send it back to the dock, I guess. That's about it right now, but improvements could be coming, I guess.
Yeah, it would be nice if we got some more finer controls like zones and other things. I guess I don't really need zones in my setup because it's just a fenced-in yard that it's in.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to have additional features so you can program those things.
Baby steps. I'm just happy we got something posted, right? Like, well, if it's just the basic features for now, that's fine, because they can add more elite features going forward. I'm okay with this.
But I think the biggest ones for me, like the Navimow thing is fine to manage its zones and go out and mow and, do its own schedule and everything. I don't need that in Home Assistant. I will let it do its thing, right? What this is nice, it has real-time mower state. So like you can find out if your mower got stuck, like you can trigger an event through Home Assistant to trigger that, right? The battery gets too low or whatever, the battery's low and it's not charged, like you can trigger that event through Home Assistant. So I think this is a great start. And even if it doesn't have the zones, like I would like to say go mow zones 1 and 2, because that's pretty much like on demand whenever I go into the app to do like an on-demand mow thing. Like if I'm like, oh, this the schedule isn't keeping up or whatever, those are the 2 zones I'll go and do. It's just the front yard. The backyard tends to be a little more problematic with the hill. If I were to hit start mowing on this, it would take off to the backyard and get stuck or get locked up on the creek or whatever. The front yard, not a problem. Can go mow those 2 and get done and go home. So yeah, I'm happy with the real time feedback though. That in and of itself is a great advancement. So
what's nice is in the latest version of Home Assistant, they added support for vacuum mapping zones. So being able to map the zones from the vacuum itself to areas in Home Assistant and stuff like that. So maybe eventually when this gets fully developed, they'll be able to map zones for your robot lawnmower to areas outside. And then you could say, hey, go mow the front and side or something like that, and it will go and do it.
You can just pretend it's an outdoor vacuum. Go vacuum the front.
Yeah, it's a similar concept.
It's the same thing. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's cool. I'm glad to see this. So I'm happy. There's no like the fact that you get bumped over to the Navimow login, like the legit Navimow login, and it says, this is the integration for Home Assistant on it. I mean, it's the same, like it's the same API endpoint they use for OAuth on their phone app. Like, okay, this is legit. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and install it. Like, it's not somebody like collecting your authentication for whatever reason for your Navimow mower. No, this seems like as legit as it can be. So I'm glad to see it.
I will be testing it. Well, whenever it's
whenever. Yeah, I've already started mowing. You guys to catch up. So
did you ever stop mowing?
No, not well. Yeah, for a while I did because we had a drought, so like the grass is all brown anyway, so wasn't you could mow the weeds, but eventually the weeds got like they were just like trees, so the mower would just stop and turn around. It's like nope, not mowing that. And now the brown spots in the grass are really showing. So the mower's just kind of like trekking around. And it's like, I can't go over there. There's no grass. So I'll turn around and it's kind of embarrassing. So
maybe it just thinks it's dirt because I think it has like dirt detection now.
That's what it is.
Like, no, I can't.
Yep. It's exactly what it is. Because the stuff that's growing, not grass, it's like clovers and stuff. That's all super green right now because it's raining. But the grass spots that are dead, that's all, it thinks it's dirt. It's brown. Drive away. So anyway, Gavin, projects, what you got going on?
This week, I haven't been doing much this week. Well, I've been doing a lot, but been pretty busy. But this week I will also be on, mentioned it last show, and it's probably been posted already now. Home Gadget Geek 675, so make sure you check that out. Yeah, we'll be talking AI stuff on that show, hopefully. Ooh. And that's pretty much going to be my week. I'm working on some stuff for next week, but I don't want to get into it now.
Oh, a teaser.
And for the record, haven't gotten my replacement Western Digital drive yet. So,
jeez.
Yeah. We'll just have a clock, a countdown. How many weeks is it going to take?
I don't know. It's so bad. I have a feeling Seth's going to finish a project before I get my Western Digital drive replaced.
I might very well do that.
At this point, just buy a new one and swap yours out. I mean, what are they going to do about it?
They have a backup.
Yeah, I know, but then I got to buy a new one and it's going to cost, have you looked at the prices of these?
Yeah, but then you just return your broken drive. You're like, well, there's I just self-warranty.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. But
I mean, I didn't say that on the line, but
yeah, that's true. If I went to Best Buy doesn't have any right now, but Amazon doesn't have any that's the other thing. I can't even find one right now to buy. Like Best Buy had one in stock in Waterloo, which is probably a 2.5 hour drive from me. I'm not going to do that for a drive.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Well, Drive Watch continues. We'll keep up with it next week and find out what this new mystery project is Gavin's doing. So I'm just curious.
Oh, man, now I got to do something for next week?
Great. It better be big. I mean, you can't just say mystery project and then it's like, oh, I changed my light bulb.
Yeah, well,
we got a Matter light bulb now.
2 light bulbs. Change 2 light bulbs, okay?
How many Gavins does it take to change a light bulb?
None. I'd have somebody do it for me.
TJ, what have you been up to?
I got some projects. I've been doing stuff. I have started my irrigation journey. So this past Sunday, it was 70 degrees outside. And to give you an idea of how quickly weather changes, Monday it snowed. So we went from 70 degrees to about 50 degrees with snow, and then it snowed today. So it's not warm now. It's not irrigation fun right now, but it was on Sunday. And I got some hoses connected. What actually brought this on is that I bought a bunch of arborvitaes this year because we're trying to get some more privacy in the backyard. We're going to hopefully build a floating deck or something in the backyard this year. That way we have somewhere to put some tables and chairs and kind of entertain a little bit. But the problem is when we do that, we're going to be higher up in the yard because that's how decks work. Typically they're higher than the ground.
Especially floating ones.
Yeah, exactly. Just floating right off the earth and everything like that. And the way my backyard is, it slopes from the back of the yard to the front to the house. And so we're going to have to build this up a little bit. And when I do that, I'm going to be probably higher than the fence when I stand up. And so I was like, I'm going to need some more privacy back here. So I went and bought 6 more arborvitaes and planted them. They're $60 each. They're pretty affordable. They get 2 to 3 feet wide and 10 to 15 feet tall. So they're pretty good size. But really, what I needed the irrigation system for is the arborvitaes because they're very thirsty. It's one of the only plants I've ever bought where on the tag, it's you need to water me all the time, especially during the first year because it has to get established, right?
Yeah.
And so I need to water it all the time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't do watering, manual watering. And so I was out there 2 days in a row watering them. And I was like, this is awful. I need to get my irrigation system working. So I have a pipe, a 3/4 inch pipe going from my hose spigot to the back of the yard with a hose valve set up or a sprinkler valve set up. And the way I've designed it is I have like a master valve that turns everything on and off as well. So that way, if I want to just like at nighttime, I know there's not going to be any watering happening, for example, I can just turn the master valve off and everything turns off at the same time.
Okay.
So I got it kind of set up. It works. I'm using my Yardian sprinkler controller, and I'm not a fan of it so far. It has an integration with Home Assistant. I don't know if it was my phone or something happening, but it just like the response time was not good. And so I would like tell it to turn on the main valve, then I would tell it to turn on the arborvitae valve, and it would turn on and then turn back off. And so I picked up a Ratio controller to test that out as well and see which one I like more. I think I'm leaning more towards the Ratio because it has 16 zones. And that'll basically do all of my garden beds in one controller, whereas the Yardian I'd have to have two. So I think that's the way I'm leaning right now. I haven't got to mess with it because obviously it's cold out now. So I'll have to wait for some warmer days, hopefully this weekend.
There's a lot of projects, man. A lot going on.
Yeah, I need to start laying it out because it's one of those things that like I really don't know what I'm doing here. So I have to figure out how all this works. So I need to just do it little by little. And honestly, like the sprinkler valves are pretty expensive. They're like $20 each or something. But like conduit is relatively cheap. It's like $6 or $8 for a stick of like 10 feet. So like, you know, I can mess around the design and I can always splice the conduit together and stuff like that. So I'm not really worried about wasting material.
Yeah.
And then I did buy some new tech. I bought this a couple weeks ago, but I've started using it. And I've honestly really liked it. Have you ever seen this? It's called the Wim Light or Weem. I don't know however you say their name.
So no, but like while you were talking, this thing has been fascinating me. So I've been like scrolling and looking like all the millions of features this thing has. Like this is insane.
Yeah, so this thing is crazy. I saw it on my distributor for a while, and I was like, man, who would want that? And turns out I do. Because Nicole does not like alarms. I don't mind an alarm. Like I've kind of just gotten used to it. So I've always looked for different ways to wake us up that is not an alarm. And this is just a light. I mean, I think it also can make sounds and other stuff. I really don't use it for that. It has all these like built-in music services and stuff like that. I literally just use it because it lights up the room as the alarm clock goes off. So instead of like getting blasted with like an obnoxious like alarm sound, you just slowly start getting brighter in the room.
Okay. So it like simulates the sunrise to kind of wake you up.
There was another product that did this.
There's been a lot. Yeah, you can do that. There's like a lot of home automation systems built into.
But you did give me an idea because my wife, she loves alarms apparently because there's like 5 different ones. And then that doesn't account for the number of times she hits snooze before she gets out of bed. So like, I'm like, wake up at 6:45, 6:50, 6:59 because that's the snooze. But then she, the snooze goes off, she hits snooze again, and then the 7 o'clock one goes off. So you only get that 1 minute in between, and in between all those alarms, she gets, a couple nudges and kicks from me to get her out of bed. So maybe if I just had the automation open the blinds.
Why? Seth is literally scrolling through his phone right now with alarm clocks every like 5 minutes. Why do you do this?
That's pretty much what she does.
He literally just has every time set up. Do you just have the full 24 hours right now?
I only got to 10 o'clock so far, and you guys have just been...
Is that 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
Yeah, 10 o'clock right now. 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
Why do you have so many, though?
Sometimes.
But she hates light, so I'm going to make the blinds open at 7 to really wake her up.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, can you make them slowly open, That way
I'm just going to make it full out, make noise, full out open.
Yeah, this one's cool because you can
Seth
adjust.
Is still strolling through his alarms right now. We're now in the 7 p.m.
Wouldn't it just
zone?
be easier to like make an alarm every time you need it instead of scrolling through this list to find the time you need?
I think that's what I do. This is the problem is I don't delete them.
Saves it. Yeah,
just stay there.
Saves them.
It hurts.
I saw a comment. I saw something like there's 2 types of people, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm clearly that one.
God, that's crazy. The weird thing about this product though is that it doesn't use the same Weem app as their speakers do. It is a completely separate light app, they call it, which doesn't make any sense to me, but it makes sense that you cannot buy these on Amazon right now because I assume they're just not going to sell them anymore.
Oh, bummer.
So
there was $130 it said on their website.
They're at my distributor, but I don't feel like professional integrators are the target for this audience. So.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah.
Not on Amazon right now though. They were at some point, but they're not available, so I'm not really sure. But this is cool because you can adjust everything about it. So you can adjust how long it takes the light to turn on and the brightness and all that good stuff. So if you hate the audible alarms that typically happen, maybe you like this product instead. And that was actually one of the reasons I bought an Apple Watch originally too, is so it could, instead of waking me up with an audible alarm, it could vibrate my wrist and I would wake up. So same concept.
I've slept through that.
Yeah, I slept through it too. Yeah, it looks like Philips has one of these. Philips Smart Sleep Wake Up Light Colored Sunrise Sunset Simulation 5 Natural Sounds FM Radio Reading Lamp Tap Snooze. So that one's on Amazon too for $150. So
sure. Yeah, it's an interesting product, and others obviously exist. So
yeah.
And more of my smart home journey, I've noticed that ever since I moved to my ZBT2, that my Zigbee updates are so fast now. And I think honestly, this is a lot of my own negligence. Because the old Zigbee antenna was inside my rack, and it worked fine. I didn't have any issues with it. I mean, the Zigbee devices were very responsive. I use Zigbee for all my lighting and everything, and those are instant. But what was awful was my updates. My updates would take forever. I would start an update like an Innovelli switch or something like that, and I would be happy if I got done like the next day. With the ZBT2, like all my updates are going super fast, and none of them are failing at all. That was the other problem, is that like certain devices like my water leak sensors or my motion sensors, my battery power devices, sometimes like the update would like hang or just fail altogether, and it wouldn't go through. And I've just noticed a big difference with the ZBT2. They're so much easier to do updates. So, like I said, some of that's part of the position because it's actually out in the open now compared to being inside my rack. But I also think that's just because it's a better product.
How do you know that you need an update?
Home Assistant. Well, I use Zigbee to MQTT, and it tells me. I don't know if that does it for the default Zigbee integration.
It does it for both, but when they...
I'm on Z-Wave anyway, so I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, well, when they publish a new update, they have to publish it to Home Assistant, and then it picks it up, and then it notifies you that you have a new update available. There's an update entity should be for your devices, unless you've hit it.
It's there. I see it. It says up to date, firmware up to date on Z-Wave. So, I've not seen any. I mean, I have just like 3 switches. The Zen 30s, and I have this. Yeah, that's it. So, 2 switches. Correction, and then this thing that is clearly not installed. But the Zen, the SE41 open close sensor, all of them firmware has been up to date. So, interesting. I don't have enough devices to have seen an update, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's all my projects. What do you got going on, Seth? Did you get anything done?
I did. I get some things done. I got a couple of things done, some projects done. So bad bet to bet against me this week, Gavin. Ha ha ha.
What a world where we have projects and Gavin doesn't.
Yeah. Let's see. I was sitting around over the weekend, and my wife was like, "Hey, we need to go shopping," and I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds fun. We'll do it as a family." And you guys can't see you can see my face, but you're listening, you can't see my face. Shopping is the last thing I want to do on a Saturday. But I happened to open my Facebook app and noticed somebody was selling a Sonos system, and I sent you guys a picture of it. It was a Sonos Arc, a Gen 3 or 2 or 3 sub. I don't know. It's a subwoofer, and 2 Sonos Ones with the little microphones on them. So and some speaker stands. Is that what I got? Yeah, those things for like what was it, $11.50? And I was like, that seems like a pretty good deal. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to send a message and say, hey, I'll buy this. That seems like a pretty good price if it's all working. And I went down on Saturday and picked it all up, and then came home and moved some Sonos gear around. So now I've got 2 Sonos systems. One is the old Playbar hooked up to the old TV for my daughter to play Animal Crossing on. And then we have the a new-ish for us, Sonos Arc, which decidedly sounds a little bit better than the Playbar. I can't really say that it definitively sounds better, but it's it sounds good. The system sounds great. So, and then I have these 2 ones out here in the garage now. So I'm going to have like little, maybe set up a stereo zone near or on my desk or something like that, and have some music in the garage here. That may be a little bit louder than it was before. So I got all that swapped around, and I guess technically not complete because as I was walking in here, my daughter came in. She's like, "Hey, the TV doesn't work again or still." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I never reprogrammed the control for it because the ARC has like ARC input right from HDMI, and so I had to like.
Were you using the play bar before?
Yeah, it has optical, man. Like easy peasy, right? No. I had to like rearrange some of the inputs. So when you use Control 4 now, it's going to input 1 or whatever input 2 or 3, whatever the ARC input is. And Sonos, when you turn it on the ARC input, it has like the little wavy lines that repeat over and over again and confuses people here in the house. So, a fun update, I guess. And I got to give a shout out to TJ for recommending the mounts that he recommended that I buy and get, because those were just magical. I forget what they are, like Sanus mounts or something like that have the little pull away from the TV wall or something.
Yeah, the Sonos ARC mounts. I will not install a Sonos soundbar without these mounts from Sanus.
I think that's the mount I had for the ARC. Yes. No, I mean the TV mount that physically pulls off the wall just a little bit. It's not like a huge amount.
Oh, yeah, the Sanus 4D mount or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great too.
Great. I mean, I didn't have to take the TVs down off the wall. I was able to uninstall the play bar, move it over, and then reinstall the ARC and under the new TV. So now I've got like a real new system. And after a couple of like tweaks, I know the biggest part of this, the biggest pain in the butt on this was I have an old LG TV, and the stupid thing was like I don't want surround sound. I just want stereo. And when you feed surround sound in, I'm going to ignore that and just play stereo. So I could turn on a movie on this TV, and out of the play bar would come stereo audio with no dialogue. Absolutely maddening and infuriating. I had to find the LG service remote IR codes and go into this cryptic looking like area menu and you have to turn on AC3 to be on. And from what I understand, it doesn't survive updates. Guess what? This TV is never going to get updated because it's just an old LG that I have hanging on my wall. But still, like insanity for that to happen. After I got that switched over, I was able to like just pipe Dolby Digital throughout the whole house, and everything's working. But what a weird, like, that's the edge cases I hate when you're like doing a project and you think you're all done, and it's like, nope. This one TV from a while back, from like 2015 or whatever, doesn't decode AC3 unless you go into the service menu and turn Dolby Digital on. That's just ridiculous. So thanks, LG, for making my Saturday night not so much fun, but I eventually figured it out. I did a bunch of updates to the TV Finder app. I've got most of it working the way I kind of want it to work, but still kind of like going through kind of like the workflows and motions, like going through and getting things set up. So may have more on that next week. And a little quick vibe code thing I did this morning. We have this the deed restriction committee. Like, I somehow got involved with that when I was doing a bunch of the stuff with the community association, and ended up getting stuck with owning the Airtable that was like the form for like all of their stuff to get put in. And I'd been paying for it because it's kind of like anytime you invite somebody, it's like a $5 seat because of the size of the database. And I'm like, this is old. Like every time they go in, they mess it up. I have to go back and fix it for them. And there's like, Seth, we don't know how this works. We don't know how to turn on email notifications. I'm like, I'm finally just sick of it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to tell Henry over here to vibe code me a form that matches the form they have on there, and it'll send them an email. Back to the basics, people. And guess what? He did it. Knocked it out of the park. It's hosted on cloud whatever Cloudflare, I guess. Yeah, it's hosted on their Cloudflare pages, free. I don't have to worry about anything. And it just takes one of those things, sends them an email. So somebody complains. I don't get notified if the complaint system stops working. It just works. So there we go.
Genius.
I've been swearing I was going to do it for a while because this thing could cost me like $60 a month for a while. And I'm like, I'm donating it to the community or whatever. And at times I was like, I've got to get rid of this thing. But now I can go ahead and cancel the stupid Airtable subscription. And I guess technically, Henry has saved me up to $700 a year for not having to pay for Airtable anymore. So, yay for Henry. May have to delete you soon, but What is that from The Princess Bride? I most likely delete you in the morning. So, yeah. He's paid for himself tonight, so we'll see what he can do tomorrow. So, yeah, busy.
Sounds like it. And actually getting stuff done. It's crazy.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to
It feels like new territory here.
I know, right? I get to delete this stupid Airtable thing. I'm so happy about that. That's for sure. Wow. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap up this week. We do want to thank everyone for listening to the show, but especially want to send thanks out to everyone who's able to financially support the show through our Patreon page. If you don't know about the Patreon page, head on over to HomeTech.fm/support to learn how you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Any pledge over $5 gets you a big shout out here on the show, but every single pledge gets you an invite over to our private Slack chat, The Hub, where you and other patrons can go in there and demand that TJ make random channels that only 5 people join that are supposed to be for bots, but it's just a bunch of people talking about AI. So
I'm crazy now. I mean, I've been like doing this podcast for years now. I'm just going to start making channels. I mean, what else? We need to do something.
He's got the power.
Channels for everybody. I'm making emojis. I'm making channels.
Great channel though, because we were talking a lot of AI, and there's people that don't want to talk about AI or see it, and I totally get it. And this is a nice little channel, a little corner of the internet where we can share some news. It looks like some people are doing some big things, like 20 AI agents.
Yeah, when they said that, I was like, "What are you doing with your life? 20 AI agents?
I understand now why he has 20. Yeah. Well, no, I understand now because when it comes to context windows and stuff like that, now
been telling you this for 2 years now, or not?
Yeah, right?
Been telling you for a year. Come on.
I just spun up another agent specific for coding. I called him Cody, and I now have 3 agents, and I had them introduce themselves I have a group chat with all my agents.
Yeah.
But when they start talking about me, it gets a little annoying. They start making fun of me and stuff. They get together and, I'm like, guys, stop it. It's not about me. Like, just talk to each other,
Well,
I don't know why my agents like to roast me so much.
We have a channel. It's for how long has this been around, this podcast thing? I think we did this in like 2015 or something. So it's been around. The Slack channel has been around with one channel for 10 years, and now we have one. So maybe in another 10 years we'll add another channel for whatever the hype is at that point.
I think since TJ figured out how to do it, there are going to be channels for everything. Trust me.
So we're going to be moving to Discord soon because.
That way we can get lost in channel hell.
Bad.
If we move to Discord,
the wrong channel.
If we move to Discord, we're gonna have like 80 channels off the bat. So
I hate Discord.
I don't understand Discord. I mean, I get it if you're like
too childish.
Yeah, doing gaming and stuff, but all the little animated happenings that are going on while you're just trying to read something. I don't know. At least Slack is a little more sophisticated in that manner. It's a pain in the ass software. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, since Salesforce bought it, I'm just like, this is garbage, but it works. It continues to work. I used to use it a lot more when I was, in a jobby job thing. So, but outside of that, there's not a good solution anymore, I suppose. Anyway, I guess IRC is still there. We could use that. We'll just switch to IRC. Forget Slack, forget Discord. We'll move to IRC. No, nobody? All right.
I'm okay with that. I used to be an IRC pro. I had my own channels and everything.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
You just randomly get dropped and it's like, I lost my username. Oh, no.
No age verification on IRC.
No, there's no way to do it. It predates the internet. All right. So, yeah, we've got the 2 channels in there now, but you primarily just get to the hub because that's where all the fun happens. If you can't support the show financially, we just appreciate a 5-star review, positive rating in the podcast app of your choice. That's going to wrap up this week on HomeTech. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Till next time.
Take care.